Welcome to the Happy, Healthy Life Podcast with your hosts, Rob and Randy, who reveal the truth, the lies, and confusion about health so that you are no longer the victim to mainstream medical dogma and you are the hero to your own happy, healthy story.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Happy, Healthy Life Podcast with your host, Rob and
Randy. What's up, guys?
It's going to be a great episode today. We have a very special guest. We have Julia, who's with us. So she is the founder of Ultimate Wellness. She is a biohacking expert. I know the last couple of episodes we've been talking about biohacking. And so we said, you know what? Rather than us talk about biohacking, because we are not the experts in that, we're experts in metabolism. We wanted to bring on an expert when it comes to biohacking. So we've got Julia here, who's going to give an amazing just explanation of what it's all about, how to be able to make sure that you are expressing your best in your health and wellness with that. So with that being said, Julia, welcome to the podcast today.
Hi, Dr. Rob and Randy. Dr. Randy, thank you for having me today, and thank you for such a kind introduction of me. And I am a biohacker, and if we talk about biohacking, what is biohacking? The classic definition proposed by Dave, it's art and science of changing your internal and external environment for achieving optimal health and optimal performance. But I would say that this is responsibility towards our own health and wellness, and understanding that we are responsible for our health and wellness, not somebody responsible. And I think that difference between just healthy lifestyle and biohacking, it's measurement. I think that true biohackers, they always measure and assess their health and set up healthy goals, and then they track their results. So also biohacking is curiosity for exploring different modalities for health optimization and longevity, and exploring different devices, testing different new technologies that can help achieve optimal health, but not just testing, but also practicing and following your holistic wellness protocol on daily basis, because anything what we learn will not help us if we don't practice it consistently. So with that being said, mindset is very important. Yeah. So it all starts with mindset, not only shiny toys or ancient practices, but mindset. This is where we start our biohacking, and I suggest to start biohacking journey with upgrading your mindset.
Absolutely. We had talked about that even yesterday on your Instagram live, but it's interesting because you haven't always been in the biohacking world. So, could you share with us your background and how you got into biohacking and what inspired you to travel down this road?
Yeah, well, as you know, I have been a co-founder of Biohacking Congress for more than 5 years. And with that, a deep immersion in the biohacking technologies, biohacking solutions, and knowing this biohacking community really well, I can say that mostly people understand biohacking as technologies. And I absolutely agree. And I can confidently say that with biohacking technologies, with innovative technologies, we can achieve our health goals and promote our longevity rapidly and effortless than without technologies. At the same time, I now call my new own project Ultimate Wellness, because I would like to emphasize the holistic approach to our health, the soul, emotion, mind, body connection, and I put spirit first. I think that being spiritual means being centered and having an understanding that we we belong to some much more bigger and greater than ourselves. And our main purpose, and I would say ultimate purpose of each individual, is elevating vibrations, because vibrations of all planet depends on our individual vibrations. That's why I call it ultimate wellness, not biohacking, and I put spirit first. So this probably this kind of explanation why I changed the project. And even before Biohacking Congress, I have been working for venture capital industry for more than 5 years, and I collaborated with startups and venture funds from different industries. However, my main focus and main interest always was in biotech and health tech. And of course, technologies always were part of my life. At the same time, more than 15 years, I have been practicing and still practice transcendental meditation. It's life-changing, and many other ancient practices such as pranic healing, such as super brain yoga, kundalini yoga. And I believe that actually ultimate wellness, it's about harmonious combination of innovative technologies and ancient techniques. What do you think?
So is that common then in the venture capitalist space, that you came from? Is it common that people practice these techniques in that space, or is this something that you had come across on your own? Just thinking in terms of like other people that are listening, they may be thinking, how in the world did somebody that went from that space get into doing what it is that you're doing? Is it something that you'd always been interested in?
Yes, as I said from the very beginning, I was interested in practicing very different ancient techniques and exploring different innovative technologies, biotechnologies, and health tech devices, solutions. It always was my interest. But what I really experienced difficulties is putting all this in a system, because it's all pieces of the big puzzle, and many people, they get lost because of this a lot of information around. And I know that many people who would like to start their biohacking journey, they get lost because of all this information around, which device to try first, which practice, where to start. Then when I realized that I know so many things, so many technologies, so many techniques, I still cannot put all this in a system. That's how I started my FDN course, certification course, and I became a certified functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner. It's a methodology for assessment, for measurement our body through six selected functional labs, which help to set up our health goals. They help to understand where are you now, and what you need to improve in your body in order to achieve your optimal health. And this methodology, it's not a medical approach, it's a holistic approach. If we think about our body, I believe, and it's proven, it's designed perfectly, and you guys know this very well. So it is designed to function on 100%. And in an ideal world, we would function 100%, and we would have high vitality, high immunity, and would be energized, and but we don't live in an ideal world, and we live in a world with a lot of stressors, internal and external stressors, and our health and wellness only 20% programmed by genetic, and 80% depends on input. So actually your genes, your genetic predisposition would not be disturb you at all if it's not triggered by some stressors from inside of your body or from outside of your body. And actually the root cause of any disease is stressors. We can talk about all kinds of stressors in details if we have time. It's huge topic, and I think that as a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, I know this topic really well. Actually my purpose as FDN practitioner to teach people assess their body and manage their stresses, all kinds of stresses. We are talking about mental stress, biochemical stress which is going on inside your body, and you cannot assess, you cannot understand which stressors do you have, because they're inside your body within all your system: hormonal, digestion, oxidative stress, detoxification system, and you cannot nervous system, you cannot guess, you can only assess with functional labs. Then once we assess with functional labs, the next step would be give your body vital reserve to coach up. Coach up your vital reserve through all pillars for longevity and health optimization, such as diet, rest, exercise, and stress management, supplementation, and energy healing as well. Because as I already mentioned, we are not just bodies, we are souls, and we have our energy body. We have even our physical body have not visible double body, which influence our visible physical body, because beyond our physical visible body, we have bioplasma. And I really research frequency medicine, which is hitting now biohacking space, and I think that's it's future of medicine, frequency medicine, especially if we are talking about microcurrent frequencies, which are able to manage our cell health on deep level, because everything has vibrations: rose, ocean, sound, healing, mantra chanting, a lot of ancient techniques which utilize vibrations. But with innovative technologies, we also can utilize microcurrent frequencies, which influence our cellular health, deep health. Yeah. So which question? Because I can talk about
so I think you said there was a lot of things that you said there, and some things that you said that were really, really good, especially with, like, I know our listeners and people that watch our podcast, what they love is that, you know, they can be able to get practical systems, and what they understand is that everybody is different, right? And everybody is unique. And it sounds like, because in the space of biohacking, for example, one of the things that is very prevalent is that you'll see all of these different technologies, all of these different things, and people are like trying this over here and trying this over here, and they're trying this over here, but there's not really a system in place to be able to help them have true holistic wellness. And it sounds to me like the way you look at it is, yes, there's got to be a system in order to know what that specific person needs. Like you said, with your company being called Ultimate Wellness, it's about that person's wellness, not biohacking certain little things in the body, because we're a holistic being. Is that correct? Is that the way you see things?
Exactly. You know, when people come to my event or retreat or large scale event, we host meetups at Faena Hotel, and they always say, you know, Julia, you kind of not little bit, but changed my mindset much, because I always start from explanation that we should start practicing holistic ultimate wellness protocol on daily basis, not because we have some symptoms, but just because we want to stay healthy. And if we think about wellness meter, if we imagine a wellness meter, let's imagine, yeah? So in the middle would be absence of symptoms. On another side would be imbalances, diagnosed conditions, and death. And on another side would be high vital reserve. Vital reserve is innate intelligence in our body, which knows how to heal our body. And then high immunity, high vitality, and energy. This is on another side of the meter. And this is the understanding of ultimate wellness. It's not just absence of symptoms, as many conventional medical doctors think, or many people think. If I don't have symptoms, I have just a little bit of symptoms. Let's say I drink coffee or some energy drink and I feel better. But really, if you have, even if you don't have any symptoms, it doesn't mean you don't have any imbalances within your digestion, detoxification, immune system, energy production, and we also always want to assess. There is always choice for every of us. It's or practice this holistic wellness protocol on daily basis, or there is another choice, disease care or managing symptoms, which just doesn't work because symptoms itself, it's not a problem. They are just a result of problem. And very often we cannot even understand which symptom caused by which imbalance in our body. Because if we think about some problems with our digestion system and some hormonal imbalances, they can cause the main symptoms. Understand? So yeah, we don't even always need to know like what caused that exact symptom. We just it's not a medical approach for treating something specifically. No, it's not a medical diagnosis. It's metabolic cares which is going on inside our body, and we just manage this metabolic cares. I think it's something very similar to what you guys do with all pillars for longevity. We just manage metabolic cares. We don't treat anything specifically. It's not a medical approach. This is what I do as an FDN practitioner.
So, I think that's important, because I think so many people are so just thinking about their health in terms of, if I feel this way, then it means this. And so like what you write. And so then I need to treat it with this, or I need to treat it with this supplement, or I need to treat it with this nutrition. So people can also get even in that medical minded approach, even in the health and wellness space, because they may say, hey, you know what, I'm not sleeping well. So they may say, okay, well, I just need to go to the health food store and get some melatonin, right? Because they're still trying to
right. But actually with melatonin, for example, it's a very good example. You have to be very careful, because melatonin is not obviously what you need before you know your whole picture of your hormonal balance. So that's why I don't know how people can even take melatonin if they didn't assess steroid and hormonal balance in their body, because in some situations, so with their hormones, it's not even recommended. And you know that melatonin is produced, 70% of melatonin is produced in our gut. And if you have some imbalances in your gut with your microbiome, that's how you don't get this melatonin. You don't produce melatonin.
Yeah, exactly. So it sounds like you have a really good then systemized approach to be able to make sure that you're not just saying, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. You're actually looking at that person and figuring out what that person needs is going to be specific to them, and then helping that person by utilizing different technologies that you get in the biohacking space. But
it's changing lifestyle. Okay. It is diet, rest, exercising, stress reduction, supplementation as well, energy healing, and incorporating innovative technologies. As I said, I believe that with innovative technologies, we can achieve our health goals rapidly, much more faster. And to give you a better understanding what I mean by this metabolic cares, I can explain you how it is going on inside the body. So once body under stress, under any kind of stress, there is eustress and there is distress. So actually eustress is something good for our body. It helps maintain homeostasis. Homeostasis, it's a state of being when you can maintain your system regardless of external stresses. Yeah. So eustress sometimes is good. But what is distress? Distress, which influences for a long time, it's chronic stress, and our body constantly releases cortisol and adrenaline. Once it releases cortisol and adrenaline, on another branch of if we imagine as a tree, there is two branches. On one branch, it releases cortisol, and another branch, it releases counter-regulating hormone DHAs. And we always, as FDN practitioners, we look at test if there is elevated cortisol at what time of the day. We measure it morning, daytime, afternoon, and at night. And this is how all imbalances within your hormone system appear because of constantly elevated cortisol. And cortisol, it's a painkiller. That's why people don't have any symptoms for 5-10 years, because they live on cortisol and adrenaline. That's why they don't think that they need to implement any holistic protocol, and they think that everything is okay with them.
Interesting. So what are some ways to be able to measure that cortisol level throughout the day?
It's steroid hormonal balance profile. It's saliva test. I order this test online, get kit, or I or my clients, they get kit at home. They basically collect saliva 4 times per day, and then send this kit back to lab, and we interpret results. Here is a very important thing about interpretation of the result, because mostly that range from labs based on average population of not healthy people. At FDN, we have our own range, and this is the huge difference, because even if you go to good lab, and I use selected labs, but it's not depends only on lab. It depends on range. How do you interpret these results? Because so hormone balance is actually ideal picture is different than it is proposed in usual labs.
Which is what's amazing, which is great about your approach, and we're in complete agreement, because I know one of the things that like Randy's brilliant at
I found this on the web. For actually ideal picture is different than this proposal, and the usual ops here.
Siri tried to help us.
That doesn't sound like you, Julia. What is that?
Siri.
Was that your alter ego speaking? What was that there?
AI, Siri.
Oh, got it. But I know one of the things that, like, with even folks in our listeners, is they get really just confused, because they're listening to what their medical doctor or their cardiologist is saying as far as what normal numbers should be, and they get focused on like triglycerides and cholesterol and LDL and HDL. And I know one of the things that Randy, you're amazing at, is being able to help people to navigate, hey, everybody is different. Those aren't the numbers that we're looking for. We're looking at how to put the whole entire picture together. Would you agree with that?
Oh, no, it's great. Like what Julia said, it's all about changing, the lifestyle, because blood work without context, without being metabolically healthy, is different in somebody who is insulin resistant, who is chronically inflamed, somebody who has a poor lifestyle, eating processed food, eating tons of seed oil, living in a very stressful environment where they're not adapting. So a lot of times that snapshot of blood work doesn't really tell the full picture. So I like the idea. Yeah. So I think you're right.
Absolutely,
on point there.
because we don't want to treat paper. We always want to treat person, and we want to have a very detailed history taking of their person lifestyle and previous maybe diagnosed conditions. And
yet it's all too common in the medical world, where you take your blood work, and the only solution to fixing your blood work is either medication, or we'll just take it again in 6 months and see if it's any better, which is insane, because, well, that's just random luck or random chance that it would or wouldn't be better without a real strategy or understanding the context of the situation. So I think that's where the foundation has to be built. And then, of course, I know for me, I got turned on to the biohacking world really when I was thrown into it, when I got sick with cancer, Julia. because when I went over to Spain, I worked with a magnetic healer, so frequency healing. I worked with pulse electromagnetic
There we
frequency.
go.
I worked with
like
bioresonance, and I
it.
was
I
and I
like
wasn't
it.
using it to treat the cancer, right? We were using it to get me to adapt again and heal. Now I use those things in a proactive, preventative way in the biohacking space. But at the time,
It wasn't even called biohacking.
oh yeah, I was trying to get out of a crisis and not end up,
I like
in
to
a bad
say health
situation.
optimization, health optimization.
absolutely.
Yeah, because there is a lot of misconceptions and misunderstanding, and many people who are not really in this biohacking. They think that this is only about technologies and not something holistic like spirit, emotional, mind, body connection. So yeah, that's why I don't want this confused anymore, and I just call my new project Ultimate Wellness. But yeah, of course.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, because it can be really confusing. So with the time that we have left, I know that there is something really exciting happening that you've put together. You've put together a retreat to be able to bring a lot of these things that we're talking about together, where people can not just listen to us talk about this, but people can be able to have an experience, right? And so let us know what is happening in November. I believe it's November the 17th through the 19th, correct? And so what is happening in Miami, Florida?
We put together really amazing program for whole reset on all levels, again, spirit, emotional, physical. And, I invited 12 facilitators who are top experts on their fields and their pillars for longevity. And I put it all together as a harmonious combination of ancient techniques and technologies. And I want people not just learn, but also practice a lot. And they will become basic pranic healers with a certification. And they will experience such wonderful, amazing, and fascinating wellness experiences as twin hearts meditation, super brain yoga, kundalini yoga, sound healing in beautiful hammam, and some activities for breath work outside and inside. So it's going to be so intense. I don't know how we can, put it all this together, but it's really, really intense program. And again, anything what we learn will not help us if we don't practice. So I really want to explain people that with little changes of their everyday lifestyle, they can make huge changes for their to prevent their disease and upgrade their life. And we will concentrate a lot on brain health. I invited a neuropsychology trainer who will bring his 5 innovative devices, biohacking technologies such as brain mapping, neurofeedback, neurocheck, this technology. Some devices with red light therapy, some devices with frequencies as well. So upgrading our brain, it's so important because it helps us to upgrade our mind. Once we upgrade our biology, it helps us then upgrade our software. Like if we think about our head, yes, brain like hardware and mind like software. So before you upgrade your hardware part, it's difficult to upgrade your software. That's why we want to upgrade our brain very much. Then we upgrade our mind, and once we upgrade our mind, we can actually manifest the life which we want, which we desire. And this is also a huge part of the retreat, to help people engage, incorporate manifestation practices in their life. Because I personally believe that anything what we want, we can achieve if we know how to manifest things in our life. And just quick example, always ask yourself what would happen in this ideal situation. What if we get beautiful group of people, like 15 beautiful souls with us, and they're listening, and they're so excited to learn from us. What would I feel? I feel happy. I would feel happy. Yes. So this is how I manifest, because it's not just thinking about something. It's emotions. Emotion. Yeah. So once we experience this positive emotion, this is how we manifest beautiful things in our life. So here is a very good practice for you. Just always ask yourself, what would happen if I experience this ideal situation and I already have achieved this beautiful goal which I want to achieve, and experience these
Amazing.
emotions.
Amazing. Absolutely. And I love that. Just being able to be in an environment with like-minded people, right?
Exactly.
Really just magical things happen. And I know magical things are going to happen at this retreat. And so for the listeners and viewers, how can they get more information about your retreat? Where do they go? How do they register for this? How do they be a part of this magical experience?
It's ultimatewellness.miami website, and there's section retreat, and they can get all the information and book their spot. If you have any questions or some people will reach out to you, just suggest to reach out to me directly through email, or just put me in chat on Instagram, on phone, cell phone. You know all my contacts, and please mention them.
I'll do that. And I'll put all your contact information in the show notes for everybody to be able to get there. That way they can be able to click, get direct access over to you through, like you said, through Instagram, the website as well. And then they'll have all that information. Now, one of the things that we ask everybody who comes on to the Happy Healthy Life podcast is, if you were going to define it for somebody, what living their life happy, healthy, or living their life happy and healthy is, what would you say to that?
My answer is very easy, like not complicated. It's having purpose. So once you have your purpose and everything in your life towards your purpose, and that's how you live your ideal life, I think, because I think that's a lack of purpose. It's number one stress. If we have this purpose and we elevate our vibrations, we are superpower. We have superpower, I think.
I love that. So
That's
living
good.
living a life of purpose. Anything else you want to share?
No, I think what I heard you say is living a life of purpose is living a life full of superpowers. And I like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Why not? Right. Why not? If you got the choice, why not? Right. I think that's huge. No, I love that. I'm looking forward. By the way, we're looking forward to being there. Yes. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. This is going to be great. We want to connect in person. We want to be a part of the experience. And so we cannot wait. But we just appreciate you being on today. It's been a blessing that you came into our life really recently. And I feel like we've known you forever, and you're so smart, you're so intelligent, you're so passionate about all things health and wellness. And I think what really connected us to you initially was you really shared that belief that, and this is what our audience knows, is that, listen, you're not broken. Disease isn't the normal, that God made us to be healthy and well, that health is the normal. And that really is our God-given birthright. You know, so when you know you're the greatest doctors inside of you, and that your body doesn't need help healing, it just needs no interference. We don't need more healing. We've got to stop interfering with that process that's already there. So I know if I can overcome late-stage cancer, what else can we do out there? There's nothing that you can't overcome when you get out of the way. So I think this conference is going to be a big part of our life going forward. And I'm excited to learn more about these technologies and put them into my life as well. I'm sure you are as well, Dr. Rob.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Julia, for being here with us, and can't wait to be in Miami at Faena.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. And of course, just like always, everybody who's listening, like it, share it, comment. And that's how we help more people. We don't do any advertising for this. We just share information, share content with beautiful people like Julia, letting us know about their expertise. So thank you guys so much for listening. We'll put all the information there in the show notes. And so with that being said, you guys live your life with purpose. Like Julia said, living your life happy and healthy.
Happy, healthy, more happy, healthy days.
Thanks for listening to the Happy Healthy Life podcast. If you enjoy the show, make sure to follow them on Instagram at the H2 Life or on YouTube and Facebook at the Happy Healthy Guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and review the show wherever you listen to podcasts.